Today I'm going to talk about this VEVOR hat press again, and I'm going to tell you why you need to get rid of this and get something else to make this hat press unbelievable. So stick around. Hey everybody, welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is Roy. On this channel we talk about sublimation and lasering. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm really glad to have you. We're going to talk about this VEVOR hat press today. I did an unboxing and a first look on this machine a few months back, and I will tell you I liked it. I've changed my opinion, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, and I'm going to explain why. The VEVOR hat press hits a price point that's really attractive. So your handheld little presses are sometimes between $60 and $100. The really high-end presses that have a heating element on both sides are $1,800. I don't sell enough hats to be able to justify an $1,800 press. So what is the alternative to that? Well, I'm going to give you a tip that will make this go from good to unbelievable. And here's the first part of that tip. You see this? Get rid of it. There are two bolts on the bottom of the base that you just unscrew, and you take this off and you throw it away. I was going to do that, but my wife would kill me if I broke something. The problem with these lower bases is hats don't fit well on them. And I've not heard of any presses that have really good bottoms. The problem is the hat has to sit well enough for the adhesive to adhere to the hat patch, but also in a way that doesn't crinkle or put creases in the hat. And that most often is the issue that you have. So get rid of this. Find another $100. I don't care how you do it, find another $100. So this is normally, I think, $129. Right now it's on sale for right at $100, but let's assume it's just $129. Spend another $100, yes, $229, and get this, okay? And here's what you're gonna do with this Cricut press. You're gonna open it up. It's brand new, right? I've not used it. Well, I've used part of it. You're going to take out, I'm going to show you, you're going to take this out right here, and you can throw all of this away. Now, use it if you want, give it to your grandma if you want, give it to your family member, friends, sell it. I don't care what you do with it. Don't worry about it though. You're going to take this and use with this. You can thank me later. I can tell you right now, this form, this hat form, works amazingly well with this VEVOR hat press. So let's say you're spending $129 on the hat press and another $100 on this. That's a whole lot of money for this. Why in the world would you spend $100 on this? It works and it's not $1,800. Now, I've never used one of those $1,800 machines. I'm sure they're awesome. I'm sure they're amazing, but I'm not gonna get one. I just can't justify it. What I can justify though is $229 for a machine that works phenomenally. So we're gonna go through, I'm gonna do a couple of hats. I've got to do all these right now anyway. I'm not gonna bore you with all of them, but I'm telling you in this very short video, get the VEVOR hat press and get the Cricut hat form, mold. I don't know what it's called. See if you can find one. If you could find one at like a yard sale, that would rock. It's amazing though. It's worth $100 to throw the rest of the stuff away and get this. So let's turn this on. I also have better time and temperature than when I first unboxed it. I have the perfect time and temperature, at least, that works for me. So let me turn this on. Let's get it to temperature and then we'll press the hat. I press my hats at 320 degrees for 40 seconds on this. I know I had some different temperatures when I first started out, but what I've honed into is the 320 degrees for 40 seconds. And what I do is I will take a hat and undo the back and set it a little bit tight, okay? And I take this piece out, and then what I'll do is set this in like that. And I need to make sure that it's not, there's no cushiony area here. Let me do it one more time where I'm Yeah, there we go, just like that. So I don't have any cushion right here. And I will set this down. And I'm using pretty light pressure, but what I'll then do is let that preheat for 40 seconds. And I'll prep my hat patch by just removing the backing and setting it down. These are really easy, these designs that I created, because I can center from top to bottom. I'll let it go the full 40 seconds. And then, because this hat is now a little preheated, when I lift this up, I don't need to use any heat tape. I can set that exactly where I want it, push it down nice and tight. That came up a little bit, but that's okay. Push it down nice and tight and let it go for 40 seconds. Normally, I will lower it and heat it a little bit longer if it pops up like that, but I'm fairly confident I will be okay with what I just did. And it's been 40 seconds. I will lift this up and I'll take a really quick look, and if I see an area, this is actually perfect. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'll take a good look at all of the areas and make sure it has been adhered well. And then there's my hat. So let's do one more. I will take a little inside out. I'm going to lower this, get it a little bit shorter. Sometimes I do it where it's like this. Sometimes I'll do it one more. And take that Cricut hat press, put it in there, get it nice and snug where this right here doesn't have any give. Okay, and then we'll set it on here, and I will pre-press it for 40 seconds. And I'll lift this up, and this one's a little bit more difficult because there's no actual center. And I'm just going to hold that down a little bit. That adheres long enough for me to be able to do that. And we are going to let it heat for the 40 seconds, and that patch should be perfectly adhered to the hat. Okay, this one was a little bit wider, so I might not have complete adhesion on both sides. So we're going to take a special look at that right now. It actually does look pretty good. There's a little spot right there. I don't know if you can see. So what I'm going to do is go back in and just pop that on there for probably about 10 seconds or so. When I touched my finger down on it, that adhesion is enough to get on there, and when it dries, it'll be good. But I just want to give it another 10 or 15 seconds just to make sure that it's on there quite well. And sometimes that will happen. Yep. So that looks fantastic. We'll take that off. There we go. Now, sometimes when a patch is tall, it won't completely adhere, and you have to pull up a little bit and do another 10 seconds or so on there. But I think this one came out quite well. I'm telling you, this is the answer. Unless you got $1,800 and you want to get that really great press, by all means, if you have the money and you can justify it, get it. If you can't, $229 tops. I think the Cricut goes on sale every once in a while. This one is often on sale on Amazon. I will have an affiliate link to the VEVOR Hat Press, as well as I get all of my hats from All Day Shirts. I'll leave a link in the description, as well as Hidebond. I use Hidebond Leatherette for all of my leather. They're a fantastic company. Link in the description for them as well. I will tell you a couple of things. This one, I did have to add about 15 seconds on the top. So when I pulled it out, it was all adhered well except for this top. And so I just shifted it up a little bit, dropped it for another 15 seconds. So sometimes that happens if they're tall. It also happened on these two. They were round and a little bit tall, and so on both of them I added about 10 or 15, I think it was 15 seconds at the top to make sure it was adhered as well. And then this is one that we did as an example that it was a little bit wide. I didn't really have to, but sometimes I'll shift it a little bit and add another 10 seconds on each side if it didn't adhere the first time. So that's just a little bit of note. I do not put silicone or paper on top of the patch. Part of the reason is because I clean the patches really well. I have another video about the patches and a really great hack. I don't really have a problem with it because I make sure that the patches are really clean. This one, there is a little teeny bit that had been on the platen that came off, so I'll just lightly touch that and be able to get that off quite easily. So I'm telling you, you can knock hats out all day long without thinking with this combination. This is the combination for the win without a question. I love this hat press now. I liked it before, but now I absolutely love it with this combination. So I'm not steering you wrong. This is definitely the way to go if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money on a hat press. This is the way to do it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Click the notification bell so you'll know when new videos come out. And if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe to the channel for more fun and mayhem down the road. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a fantastic day. They were the round, the adhesive adheres. Hey everybody, welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is. If you've been here, now I've never used one of those 18. On this channel, we talk about lasering and sublimation. Do we?